So I walk into this room of all men, and they're telling their stories. It's the old boys club. And I'm not a part of it. So I feel like I have to be a part of it, but the minute I start being a part of it, then they have a lot of other thoughts about who I am and what I am. Am I feminine enough? Am I masculine enough? So I struggle with, do I walk into the room like, hey guys, what's up? Or do I walk in the room like, hi? Or do I walk in the room, hi guys, I'm Jen. When it came time to figure out, where was I going to go with my life? What did I want to do? I knew I wanted to have a job that would have a huge impact on young women. I have to let what I do, my product, be what makes me fit in. And that's easier said than done sometimes, but that has to be what I do.
But it's also a great lesson for these girls, especially.
One of my favorite lines is Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Okay, so Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers danced. Okay, well, Ginger Rogers did everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards and in heels. And that's my life every day as a female athletic director, doing it backwards and in heels. So I'm working on my presentation, The Power of Being the Only Woman in the Room. So here's some of my thoughts. Be confident. Even when you aren't, there is a reason that you've been included in this group or this meeting. Don't try and be one of the guys. Yeah. Okay, so that's just be you. And then how do we model that for the young ladies? Here, everywhere, because it's important. We have to model this for these girls. High school sports is way more than just playing a game. 98% of high school students are going to have a terminal experience in high school, which means they're never going to play a team sport again once they graduate from high school. So we have to say to ourselves, what are we doing to prepare them for life beyond sports? Ursuline Academy was founded in 1848. We're all girls, 9 through 12, and we're a Catholic school, and I've been the athletic director at Ursuline for 24 years.
Me and Miss Brooks are best friends.
We're besties. I try to stay on top of pop culture. So when I walk through the halls, I'm like, oh, is that the Renegade? And they're like, oh my God. So I have no idea what I really just said, but the kids, it makes me more relatable. And me being more approachable, that breaks down a lot of doors. Okay, I believe we are all here, so thank you. Our motto at Ursuline is Serviam, means I will serve. So everything I do is about how can I serve these young ladies. Possible, but I do need your input on a few things, okay? It's so important for young girls to see females in areas of leadership, specifically being a coach. I never had anyone that looked like me coach me. I'll help you, let me know how I can help you, but it's up to you to initiate that and get it going, and I'll absolutely help you. I want them to know that their voice is important, and I want to hear it. I think it's important to see a woman in a role of authority in every aspect of life, not just in athletics. Put this in your calendar, spread the word, okay? These girls aren't going to know how to do it. They're not going to know how to be it if they can't see it. Oh my gosh, Mom, what? There we go. Oh wait, this is even better.
Oh, look at that.
How many hours?
My dad has been a teacher, he's been a coach, he's been a high school athletic director, a high school principal, a high school president, and he's gone full circle now, and so he's back coaching and teaching.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've always had an interest in athletics. We have 7 children. With all the children, I would give them the opportunity to open the door to athletics. Some of the children went a different career path. She stayed with it. She had played soccer, basketball, softball.
So Mom says to me, you're doing too much. Something's gotta give. what do you choose to not do anymore? And I say, I choose to not dance anymore.
She started hanging around with me about when she was 6 years old. I was thinking about that. And then she started coming down to the games.
I don't think I realized it until I reflect on it now. But I was a student of his for years without realizing I was a student, he was a teacher. The infamous pitching rubber. We spent countless hours with me pitching and you catching in the backyard. A lot of who I am and how I am is because he taught me how to be my own version of myself. And I'm putting it in my office. I knew I wanted to make a positive difference in young people's life. And so it was a natural fit then to say, you know, I'm good at sports, I'm good at being a leader. This is what I'm going to do, is get involved in high school athletics.
How do you think Jen describes you?
Crazy.
So my second year of college, I was playing soccer and I hurt my knee.
Oh yeah, fine.
So I went to Lonnie, who was my basketball and soccer coach, and I asked him to please help me find a job.
I needed a gym supervisor and somebody sent this person over.
So here I am, full leg brace, on my crutches, and I can hear Debbie Watson say, I need a freshman basketball coach, like now. So I take my crutches and I hop over and I said, I'll do it.
The minute that I saw her, there was something that I knew in her spirit that she would take on a challenge.
And she hired me.
I would describe Jen as that individual you dream about meeting, that instantly you feel a connection with so that you can jump right into the conversations and be able to talk about young people in a way that moves the conversation forward. Athletics was an area that we weren't very good at showing young women the role models that they could have. And you know, you've got to have somebody you're always looking up to.
You know, I'm this young person, this young female sitting in these rooms filled with men, and Debbie. And, you know, Debbie had the courage to stand up to these men and say, I disagree with you. That was awesome. That was mind-blowing. I was like, okay, if she can do that, I can do that.
You've got to be a voice of change. I mean, we're talking about kids. How do we make it better for our kids? It's critical, it's imperative, and it's an honor to be a part of it.
Hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey. Your coat's falling on the ground. Did I want Nora to get into coaching? If I'm honest with you, I would tell you I had my hesitations. You know, coaching is a hard job. It's little pay, it's a ton of hours, and a lot of criticism. And what parent wants to say, that's what you should do, honey? Not me at first. All right, let's do this.
Sounds good.
But then I think about it, and you know, and I know her, and I know what she brings to the table. And like me, I'd say it's in my DNA. It's in her DNA too.
Okay, so you would flash middle, and then she's gonna come back. So you flash middle every time.
You talk about how fulfilling it is to work with these young women, and you were right. Like now I don't see myself doing anything else because going to practice.
I definitely see myself in Nora when she's coaching, but the cool thing about that is I see a better version of myself in her.
And the joy whenever I teach them something and then they can do it in a game, like that's it. That's the impact that I have, and it's totally worth it.
You get into a job, or as a teacher, as a coach, as an athletic director, not so much to better yourself, but to better the lives of other people. And sometimes it's thankless. Sometimes you think, oh, why am I doing this? I'm spending so many hours doing this by myself. Nobody knows this, you know. But there comes a time that somebody comes up to you and says, I appreciate what you did. You meant so much to me when you did this and when you did that. It could be an adult, could be a student, could be a student that you had 20 years ago. And that's what makes it good. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
I I do it because I love the girls. You know, I mean, that's why I do anything here, is because I love the girls.
Oh, I think she's had an amazing impact on the girls at Ursuline Academy, not only as a positive role model, but she's helped kids to believe that they can do and become whatever they want.
A lot of these jobs, people don't stay in those jobs that long. They either, people get tired of them in that job, or they get tired of the job themselves. She's still there, you know, so I'm very proud of her.
I'll see you tomorrow. I hope with everything I do, with my blood, my sweat, my tears, that it is making this path, this journey for these young women just a little bit easier.